Are we good?
It's the workout, right?
Welcome home. This is the Residency Podcast. I am Jeff Tomasic with Drew Belcher and Lo Raven.
Yellow.
Bringing you the biggest guests and stories in entertainment, business, pop culture, and sports from our brand new studio on the Las Vegas Strip inside the Mandalay Bay. Make sure to subscribe on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. You know the drill. This episode is brought to you by Mandalay Bay. Now that preseason football has officially started and the regular season is right around the corner, do not forget that the Bud Light Beer Garden between Mandalay Bay and Luxor is the only place to enjoy the pregame and postgame for all the home Raiders games. Tons of food, music, big guest experiences. We will be there all the time to hang out with you guys, so hit us up. Week 1 is coming up, so we're fired up. There are big concerts coming up at Mandalay Bay, including none other than Latin megastar Maluma at Michelob Ultra Arena on September 4th. That's huge, by the way.
Hella girls about to be there, by the way.
That's huge, yes.
I'm there.
Ladies, if you want the TRL nostalgia vibes from the 2000s, then your boys 98 Degrees are performing at Mandalay Beach September 16th. Get it in, you know what I'm saying? Classic OG days.
Hey, at the beach?
Yeah.
We gotta get them on the show.
For sure. As always, if you're ever at Mandalay Bay, come check out our studio in the Sportsbook. You know we're always here. We got a big episode today.
Here we go.
Friend of the pod, friend of all of us. You might know him as one of the biggest personalities on Power 106, or seen him DJ at the best clubs in the country, or maybe you even thought he was a superhero because of his name. Welcome to the show. Just incredible. What's good, man?
Fellas.
My man, what's good?
Drew, Jeff, Lo, thank you guys, man. Thank you for
Welcome,
having
bro.
me.
Thank you for coming.
Cheers.
Cheers. Let's get to start off right.
Action.
Cheers, my brother.
Cheers, of
Thank
course,
you,
man.
guys.
Thank you for being here.
Yes, of course.
I feel like the lighting right now in the studio is just really, really good.
It feels great right now.
You know what I mean?
It feels great.
I feel like it's just a little brighter, you know?
I really
like
prefer the evening ones with tequila rather than the morning ones with no tequila.
it. Oh, I know. Last week's 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Tough.
Rough.
Espresso
Okay.
shots? You guys taking espresso shots?
No, I ordered an iced coffee. They
Yeah.
gave me an iced tea.
Ah, that ain't it, bro.
Yeah, I took a sip. I was like, this is not fucking
It's like
coffee.
one of the
Come
meanest
on.
things. That was done on purpose. You pissed somebody off.
Torture.
Yeah.
That was on purpose.
Yeah.
They hit one of these like, watch this.
Hey, watch this
I'ma get
fucking guy.
Look at this idiot. Watch this idiot take this.
You're going to come out on one of those shows in like a couple days on Instagram TV. All right, hey, we got a lot of questions for you. Are you ready? You feeling
Oh,
good?
man, I'm ready. I've
fired
been
up?
ready. Yeah, I'm
All
fired up. I'm ready to go. I'm really only here in Vegas right now, thanks to you, Jeff, in all honesty, man. If it wasn't for you, I'd have been in big trouble today and missed my gig, bro. So
Yeah.
Scheduling conflicts aside, it's what I'm here.
we're
Keep
here.
everybody in check.
Hey, you get it done. A man
Keep
of many
everybody
hats,
in
man.
check.
I love that.
Look, Power 106 is one of the biggest radio stations in the country. You have your own show.
Yes.
What is that like, man?
Oh, man. First, a dream come true. You know, that's the first thing that comes to mind. It's just an awesome experience, you know, to be a part of such like a big heritage brand.
Absolutely.
You know, that you know, like we were talking about off the air, that I really grew up with. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like all of my childhood memories are, you know, going to school, coming out of school, working, you know, stockroom jobs, playing Power 106 in the background to get through work. So,
for sure.
you know, to now have my own show, I can't lie. Like I did envision it and I did speak it into existence, but it wasn't like a grand slam. I didn't know the whole time, like, I'm going to have my own show. I did know in my heart I was going to get to Power 106 one day,
Right.
but never knew that it would really grow to where it's at now.
That's awesome. And just that like history and lineage, right? Like the Vice and Echo and
Man.
then the Deluxe and Syfe and then
Right.
now you and Mill.
Yeah.
It's crazy kind of just to be in that kind of, I don't know,
The chapters.
be that next chapter
Yeah.
of what they've kind of done. I grew up on all those guys, right? And
Yeah.
every time in LA, I'm listening to you guys. So
That's
it's
dope. That's
it's dope to
dope.
see, especially from somebody that grew up in LA.
Well,
Right.
plus just the title shows that's how we discovered music when we all were growing
100%.
up. And people
Right.
still do, but at that time, you know, like
That was the discovery.
place to go where it's like,
Right.
oh my gosh, this song is going to be played at this time. And I
Right.
want to be here when it's listening and this
Yeah.
host is dropping everything.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about the radio too, is like you kind of like you get a chance to curate a set and you know, almost recommend tracks to people. And that's what I fell in love with, was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
if I heard it on the radio, I knew like, oh, this is going to be a song that everyone's going to like. It just kind of like certifies it a little bit, you know?
sure.
For sure.
So, were you a big like high school mixtape guy?
Yeah.
Were you making
Burning
mixtapes for
CDs?
everybody?
Pretty-
Yeah.
Before that,
100.
just doing the tapes.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Exactly. That's
for sure.
exactly
Now
how,
you're going way back. Now everyone listening under a certain age is like, wow,
What is this guy old?
How old is Lo?
right.
I'm definitely old.
100%. I was making mixtapes for everyone in school.
That's how it
Like,
starts.
It's definitely like like Lo said, recording off the radio, making my own little transitions. Even before I was a DJ, like I didn't really understand what I was doing, but I was definitely making playlists. But it was always new music, which is so funny.
You burning those CDs from LimeWire and Kazaa and like crazy.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
I used to drive home. My parents moved from Woodland Hills to North Hollywood when I was young. I was still in like before junior high, so I guess it's like middle school. And one of the like PE coaches was nice enough to let me carpool at the time, or else they were gonna have to pull me out of the school. I didn't want to leave the school. All my friends are there. I'm super young. So when we would drive home, we would listen to stations. We would listen to Power 106, and we would play a game like, how fast could I guess the song? And she would tell me like, man, you're going to be on that radio one day. And I never at that time knew. I just had a passion for music. So it really goes like that far back.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's so
it's crazy.
sick.
So the iconic accomplishment happened, but how did it happen? Like, yes, you always wanted it. Yes, you manifested it. But when did the big break go down?
Yeah. The big break happened in 2005. That's when I got the opportunity to be at Power 106 got the job. But I came out of high school, and my pops was like, if you don't have a job in the next 2 months, you're coming to work with me.
Oh, snap.
And
what's he do?
He was in construction.
Oh, yeah, damn. It's rough. It's rough.
Immediately.
Fork in the road, my guy.
And he
That'd
was
have been
like,
just in construction.
That's a hot name.
yeah, it could have worked.
Or a stripper name.
Yeah.
Just in construction.
And he fucking was getting up at like 5:30 in the morning.
sure.
He loved his job. He was, it's definitely where I get my work ethic from.
Okay.
I didn't really want to apply it to that line of
For
business, So I gave it a shot. Like, I guess we graduate probably in June or something like that. And I was there through August. And at the time, my senior year in high school, I was kind of interning at a college radio show, which was right across the street, Los Angeles Valley College, from the high school I went to. I went to Grant in the Valley.
Yep.
And me and my buddy, Jay Cruz, who's also on the radio in LA,
sure.
we would, go to this show and kind of like intern and just like get our feet wet and help out. And that show ended up getting a morning show in Fresno, California.
Oh, wow.
And that was the time where I just remember going into my parents and saying like, I'm going to move, like, how do you feel about me moving away from home? And my dad was like, hell no. And my stepmom at the time was like, well, honey, if that's really what you want to do.
Right.
And, I kind of had to pitch it to him and let him know that, this was a passion of mine that I wanted to pursue. And luckily they gave me the chance, man. So
sometimes those sound like unrealistic dreams, though, when you're trying to say, like,
for sure.
hey,
Definitely.
I'm going to do this. Like, okay, like, come on, get a real job.
Seriously,
Right.
and from there I kind of bounced around from different radio stations, even worked 2 years here in Las Vegas early on. Like I lived out
really?
in Las Vegas. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I worked out here and I was on a couple radio stations and learned so much, man. Like honestly, Vegas is what taught me. It's when it got serious. You know what I mean? That's when I knew like, oh, I want to do this for the rest of my life. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was really dope. So yeah, market after market after market before getting back to LA. Now, LA happens to be the second biggest market in the country,
for
but
sure.
it was just what I called home. You know what I mean?
Sure,
So that was the motivation to get home, to be back with my family and, close to my friends and stuff like that. But yeah, man, dream come true for sure.
And by the time you get back there, right, you've kind of paid your dues now, right? You've done all the little other real estate and kind of grew up and graduated to the big dogs.
Right, yeah, that's how it felt. Definitely was
dope.
like graduation or going to the pros, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You think there was like one big moment that really escalated you to that next level, or would you think it was just that slow evolution, consistent growth?
I mean, I do definitely feel it was slow evolution and growth, and definitely a marathon, and I never skipped any fucking stairs and climbed every stair, but there absolutely was a moment that changed my life and career at Power 106, and that was the night Drake came to the radio station.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, what a name to drop.
Yeah,
what a
for
name.
real.
Oh, Drake.
And I'll honestly, I say that to give him all the credit. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I didn't have a show. And, me and my LA Leaker family, we had like a presence online. So, a lot of people from out of town thought we had a show, but we didn't really have a show. I worked at the radio station for many years, just in like the production, like commercial department. I wasn't on the air yet. So through building a relationship with a couple of people on his team, through the nightlifes and the clubs and stuff like that, because that's what I was doing even before getting a full-time show, like they thought I had a show. So that was the night that changed my life, was when they called and said, hey, we want to premiere a song called The Motto on your show.
Oh, wow. Come on.
And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, yes, but I don't have a show.
I don't have a damn show.
And how embarrassing is that?
Yeah,
you know
that's crazy.
Yeah, it was really,
really, possibly.
Yeah, so honestly, the person I am, like, I started calling other hosts at the radio show. It was Halloween night, so hosts were already gone. Like, they were probably out taking their kids trick-or-treating.
Or DJing somewhere.
Yeah, or that, you know what I mean? And I just remember calling my boss and telling him the honest truth, and he was like, well, go in the studio. You're on the air now. And swear to God, that was like the game changer.
That's
I was doing small shifts here and there.
Yeah.
But that was the night where everything changed.
Talk about what a first guest.
Hey, go in the studio, man. Go in the studio. You got a show now.
And that's honest to God, his honest feedback and like direction was like, just don't cuss or lose the license. Whatever you want to do.
That's ill.
And that's really what it was,
that's
man.
Dope.
So, you said like a defining moment. That was for sure a defining moment.
That's a serious
That's
defining
incredible.
moment.
I'm forever grateful to Drake and Future, to Prince, and the whole OVO team, man. I'm forever indebted to them, man, because
That's
they
wild.
definitely looked out for me when I was at the bottom.
And of all the songs, The Motto turned out to be an absolute
banger.
Banger.
And
anthem.
We do like top 40 countdowns or 106 songs at the end of the year. That year, that song turned out to be the #1 song
That's
of
crazy.
the year. And Franzen gets a shout out in the song too. So it just all was a bunch of like family
That's
ties
dope.
in it.
That's incredible. Like Drake, man, just
incredible.
moving the chess pieces around the
Dude,
board.
I mean, when people say he does it for many talents, from artists like Lil Baby to Migos early on, he did the same shit for me, man. The same shit. Just
That's
like
sick.
spotting young talent who built organic relationships. And yeah, man, that was definitely an exciting moment in my life, man. Like definitely groundbreaking, like you said.
Does that
Changed the
give
whole
you like
time.
a whole new level of confidence at that point? Like that interview wraps, he premieres, Drake walks out the door, and you're like, shit, I'm on the. That just happened.
I
I'm on
got a
the
show
map
now.
Yeah, right. Right.
Yeah.
I got a show
Hey,
now.
I knew I called you an hour ago. I said I didn't have a show, but I'm calling you back now. An
Yeah.
hour later, I'm pretty sure I have a show.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'll see you tomorrow, same time.
Yeah, I think that does give me, put like a battery in my back, and it's just like, you're definitely doing the right thing, Like, I was still patient, which is so hard in our business, or anybody who's dreaming and has these goals. Patience is the hardest thing, but.
Right.
It definitely reminded me, like, yo, you're on the right path. Just keep going.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, man, and definitely added to my confidence level for sure.
We talked about on multiple episodes, just sometimes you really just need a cosign from someone to
Elevate.
reiterate to other people that they think that you're a legitimate part of whatever community that you're in.
For
and
sure.
when that happens, he would just give you so much more respect and interest. And
More
when that
doors
happens,
open.
Yeah, the floodgates kind of
more
open.
doors open. For sure.
100%.
So
You need those things.
Do you still get starstruck ever?
There are times for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, I still get nervous, man. I still get nervous as before DJ performances, and there are certain, for some reason, athletes, man. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a big basketball fan. That was my very first passion. So I feel like athletes, I seen you were hanging with Russell Westbrook the other day, right?
Yeah.
And that's the coolest shit in the world to
For
me.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
That
For
is
sure.
so dope. So I feel like stuff like that is where I kind of get oh, should I say what's up?
God damn,
Or-
should I
Yeah,
give a
yeah.
dap? Should I
You know what I
not?
mean? And I'm like, and yeah, so stuff like that. And there are certain artists, that come through that just have this aura to them.
For
that's
sure. It's
larger.
an energy. It's just like, whoa.
Yeah, it's larger than life. So I still get nervous. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
And starstruck.
Plus, the athletes sometimes in general, we treat them like absolute superheroes.
Super.
They
Yeah.
are.
They're larger than life.
They're literally
But
larger
when you meet
than life,
anyone
yeah.
like that in real life, and they're just like, "Oh, what's good, man?" You're just like,
Which
Yeah.
Rusty, for example,
all right,
is,
man,
right?
like,
Rusty's the coolest
super
dude,
down
right?
to earth.
And then you're just
Yeah.
like, holy shit, that's so crazy.
Yeah,
to me,
that's the best when you actually
Right.
meet someone and they, represent, they're great.
what you
people.
hope they are
Yeah,
in
you
real
hope.
life.
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
For sure.
That's so. Do you have? All right, you had the groundbreaking interview with Drake.
Man, that was amazing.
Changed the life, right?
Yeah.
What's the most the weirdest, most awkward interview you've ever had?
There's got to be
I
someone
know you have a
else, too.
few.
That's a good question. Let me think. I've had some moments where okay.
You can say whatever you want. Trust me.
Let us in. Drink that tequila.
Right.
yeah.
The one interview, it wasn't super awkward. I just left the interview and I was kind of mad at myself, and I told myself that I would never do that again. And honestly, credit to this artist, because it taught me a lot. And he really could have sunk me, and he didn't. He didn't, out of respect for probably our relationship, right? But we interviewed 50 Cent one night on the radio, and I don't know, man. Like, he came up there. You know, I do a radio show with Milk on Shade 45.
Yep.
Which at the time was like 50 had a block. Like, he had like an 8-hour block on the weekends that Eminem had gave him, and you know, they let us do a 2-hour show. So that's kind of how we had a relationship, and probably why he even came up to the radio show.
For sure.
Was just because at the time it's like 50's in LA, he wants to do press, and I definitely was able to skip the line. So he comes up to the radio station. He's one of those guys, like classic albums, you know.
I was about to say, he's one of the guys
Bro.
for me growing up where it was like 50 Cent was
Cent.
You could play the whole album in
Larger
its
than life.
all bangers, yeah.
To back, exactly.
Yeah.
And his story is real,
Yeah,
right?
for
It's
sure.
not like there's no made up shit.
He's been shot 9 times,
Right.
dude.
Yeah. He is the superhero.
Right, the
like, he
embodiment
really
of
is.
everything,
He embodies the whole culture and everything, you know, that he raps about. And he comes into the radio station. Everything's great. Like, the energy was great. And I just remember, like, I asked him, because I'm a big Howard Stern fan, and Chelsea Handler was on.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
And she was talking about, you know, their relationship
Yeah.
at the time. And, you know, that just wasn't really my lane at the time. I'm more of like, all right, so who's on the album, and
Right.
you know, who's featured on it, and
Yeah,
who
yeah.
are some of the producers.
You're going off in left field right
Yeah,
now.
I did it.
So what's up with you and
and it was one of those times where you're just like, you're trying to kind of prove yourself. You're kind of trying to put your foot in the ground and say, I'm here. And, you know, credit to him for not completely just like, he walks out the studio, and I'm in the next day, and I put a relationship on the line. That would be a very bad look for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, I just asked him, like, yeah, if he had heard like what Chelsea had been saying, and he was just like, no, I haven't heard. What was it?
Oh, no.
And now I have to
He
like
flipped it on you.
He flipped it on
Yeah.
me, which is credit to him. Like, that's the genius of 50 Cent.
Yeah.
And interviewing him multiple times after that moment, I realized, like, he's gonna spin you just like you're trying to spin him.
Yeah.
But you know, that was just like an awkward moment. My heart just sunk, and I
That's
was
that
like,
5 seconds of silence that feels like a full 60
now
seconds,
you're
like
the
a full
rumor
minute.
mill.
You're like,
yo,
Right? And you're just like,
talk about
yo.
being on an island by yourself.
For
you
sure.
know?
For sure.
Even your crew is looking at you, right?
Nah, man, no,
bro, you
man.
dropped the
Just
ball.
do.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, you know, everyone's already nervous. It's 50 Cent, right?
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like, so I think like that was a very like strong moment for me. I learned from it, and I told myself, like, I'm not gonna do that anymore. I'm not gonna put people on the spot that's out of character. You know what I
Right.
mean? Now
Yeah.
I've had people come to the radio show who have wanted to address things like,
Yeah.
I'm coming up to get this
On
off
purpose,
my,
yeah.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for sure.
So that type of stuff we'll do. But other than that, like, I'm not the guy who's gonna like
Fish for something.
Nah,
try to pull it out
it
of
just
them,
didn't feel right. It didn't feel right, and I never did it again. And I always think about that moment before I go there, because I
sure.
knew how I felt after it.
right, trying
Yeah.
to cross that line.
Yeah, it
That's
wasn't
the
fun.
shock value soundbite, like
Yeah.
TMZ style.
Right. It
Yeah.
just,
Yeah, is it valuable if you really had
Yeah.
that relationship with that person?
That's the
right?
thing, is
Yeah.
the relationship, you know. And most of the people we interview, we've been blessed enough to have real relationships with these people. We care about their art, they care about our show, and it's like, yeah, it's just never been worth it for me after that.
That's,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
100%.
It's real. It's real.
Yeah.
Because he heard. He heard what
He
she
100%
said.
knew what was going
Come
on.
yeah, like
of
Howard
course.
Stern, Chelsea Handler,
Yeah.
50 Cent.
Yeah, no. What
He
did she
got
say?
you, though.
What
Dude,
did she
he
say?
had me, and I'm sitting there mumbling, and I sound crazy.
Well, she said that at
damn
one
it.
time.
And like you said,
And that's
like,
when you need that car commercial to come on. Hey, and now we have a break.
go right to the break. We're
And we'll
out
talk
of here.
about it after this break,
This
guys.
is your local Ventura Nissan dealership.
Right. Yeah, man, it wasn't it, man.
Well, the funny thing is 50 Cent's coming on next week. So we'll,
Bring it up, man. Bring it up.
we'll
man.
bring it up. We'll bring it up.
Yeah.
Now, we haven't gotten 50 Cent.
That is good
Yet.
people, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on the
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
If you want to put us on a group text, we would be good.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
Your the list of people that you've interviewed over time is iconic. Like you said, getting those people to come in the door and speak to you, truly open up,
Right.
let you ask them, give you the floor, right?
Yeah, man.
Who do you want to interview, or who's left on the list that you haven't yet?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
Doesn't even have to be an artist. It can be anybody.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, I think like people in the fashion world are people that I mean, like a Virgil, you know what I'm saying?
Sure,
would be
sure.
just
For sure.
incredible
Right.
to pick someone's brain like that and talk about the doors that he broke down and just how he manages time and inspirations and things like that. I think like creative directors and stuff like
You got
that.
to think those people see the world much different.
They have to,
Right? They have to. The things that they see speak to them a different way.
For sure. And the one thing that I admire that I'm learning about, so I don't want to misquote, but one thing that I admire about the fashion industry is they're like a year ahead. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
we do music and it's like something hot today might be corny in 6 months.
Yeah.
So it's fascinating to me that in the fashion industry that
They know what's cool 18 months from now.
Yeah, and then have to stand by it. Can you imagine going to these fashion houses and creating and working with garments and designing pieces that's a year and 18 months ahead? Like that seems very difficult
And you
to
have to sit on it.
You have to sit on it.
So you made it, and you're sitting on 9 months for it to get made, and then you get to debut it.
Exactly.
So no matter what they say, it's already made. The money's down. The fabric's sewn together, and here
you're-
it is.
You're living with it.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
You've worked on this for a year plus, and you have to be just as excited when it releases. So stuff like that. But on the music side, I mean, interviewing Jay-Z would be on my bucket list. Interviewing, I've spoke.
How often does someone like Jay-Z go on the radio
It's
like this?
crazy. I
Like,
don't even think he would do it anymore.
Yeah, no
I don't
way.
even think
Yeah,
he
he's
would
out of
do
that
it.
He's like untouchable now,
Right.
you know?
It's like
Yeah.
guys like.
You got to get into a board meeting if you want to interview him.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
seriously. Yeah, I mean.
He's not really doing press for things now. He's selling businesses.
And then when they do, they've got their own outlets. You know what
Sure.
I mean?
Yeah,
They've
for
got
sure.
their own
Media companies
media
and-
companies and streaming services and things like that. So, yeah, I mean, it would be dope. You know what I mean? Like Charlemagne interviewed Kanye, maybe a year and a half ago, and you could tell that like Kanye chose Charlemagne to do what I was saying, like kind of like. All right, I'm gonna speak to
be
someone.
a platform. Yeah.
Right,
Here's
where,
what it's gonna
where
be.
I'm in a safe place. So maybe I would get chosen on something like that. I think talking to Kanye would be fascinating.
never had Kanye on the show, huh?
I years ago.
Pre-Kanye Kanye?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Pre-Kanye, Kanye.
Pre
yeah.
Kanye.
Former Kanye
Speaking
Kanye?
of Kanye, that's where I just saw you before this last time.
Yeah.
I saw you at Kanye's thing,
What was that? Where?
the listening party.
Oh yeah,
I just see
exactly.
you.
That's right.
Well, I
So
guess
he's
now-
on that list.
I guess
for
now
sure.
That was fun,
he's
yeah.
now going to be just Ye legally. So
Yeah,
he
yeah,
changed
yeah,
his
that's
name.
right.
So Kanye now.
Yay.
Yeah.
Right. Yay. Artists like Beyonce, stuff like that. Like, I mean, that would be.
Just icons.
Yeah, just icons would be like definitely on the bucket list. But I would even approach those interviews differently. Like I said, I'd really want to learn about their come ups and their struggles
For
and what
sure.
their day-to-day life is like. So yeah, it would be cool to even do those type of interviews in a room where like it's more than just music almost, because the things that these people deliver and consistently, you know what I'm saying, is fascinating to me, and I know it speaks to a lot of their fans as well.
Yeah. It's brilliant. It's literally
for
just
real,
brilliant.
for real, and athletes as well too that are probably on the list, like LeBron James. That'd be
course.
crazy.
Of
I want to go on
course,
the
that'd be-
shop. Like,
Yeah,
how do I
yeah,
get on the
for
shop?
sure.
I was just about
Hey,
to say,
Vince, cut us up, bro.
Yeah, what do we exactly?
Oh, what is this in the chair,
That
damn it?
interview
Yeah.
style is sick on the shop, though.
love it.
I love it. I
How
love it.
It's
Wine.
very collaborative, but everyone's kind of asking each other different questions. But I think it truly works because everyone on the show has reached a certain level where they're asking questions that normal people I don't even think would necessarily think to ask, because they haven't reached
Right. Yeah.
that point of their career or their lives yet, or accomplishments,
Right.
where you sit around on a round table in the shop and it's like you said, it's Tom Brady asking, you know what I'm saying, Jamie Foxx
Draymond
question,
Green,
who's
yeah.
asking
Yeah.
Jamie, it's just there's just a different level of that, which
And the respect amongst each other brings out a whole additional
Honesty.
story.
100%.
pure honesty, yeah, for sure.
For
All right, on your show, did you ever think your freestyle segment would become a true piece of the culture?
Man,
It's crazy. It's literally crazy.
Like
one
when
of the
someone
biggest
comes,
ones.
yeah,
Thank
to
you.
drop a freestyle with you.
Thank you.
It's a big deal. And we talked about social media off the air.
Yeah.
It
yeah.
now becomes like, is this going to execute online?
The dope part, this is kudos to you, right? Now you're the cosign.
Man.
Right? If you're on the Leakers and you did that right, you
Right.
fought you.
That's huge, right?
That's
Appreciate
humongous
it.
for them.
Damn. And yeah, I mean it's in the wish list and the dream, you know what I mean? But you still don't know what it's gonna be. And
Yeah.
and like y'all, like credit to y'all, like I know we said 70 plus podcasts
Yeah.
for you guys. Like you don't know when you first start that people will even want to come back. You know
Right,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Fuck no.
And it takes a certain amount of quality to consistently do it
Yeah.
to even intrigue people to want to go do it. So, nah, man, I never imagined. I never really imagined. I just knew that it was a piece that was missing. It was like a feeling as a fan that I wanted to see. And I was like, man, if I could do this consistently, I think it could be special.
Do you have one freestyle that's just been your all-time, like,
favorite?
Holy shit, how did that happen?
There's been some heaters.
There's
There's
so
been a
many
ton of
them,
eaters,
yeah.
yo.
Okay. Yeah, I do.
Hit me with it.
I mean, my all-time favorite LA Leaker freestyle is Belly Part 1, for sure, for me.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's just because, I think he did freestyle number 4. Now, we've been doing freestyles for years, but we decided to number them. God, I don't know the year, maybe 2017, 2018. Yeah. We decided to start numbering them. And
that's when you know segment's going well.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Like, this is Jay Creddy.
Yeah, you gotta
4.
start archiving them. Like, shit, man. All right, cool.
Yeah, we started numbering them, and I have to shout out to Funkmaster Flex in New York because he was doing that first. And I literally called him, you know what I mean? And I was like, hey, we also do this series in LA. I'm, thinking he probably never even heard of the shit before, but he had,
That's sick. That's dope too.
And he was like, no, for sure. He's like, just not only do you need to number them, but you got to do them consistently. That's dope. And honestly, his backing and just, his support at the time was another one of those like reassuring.
Yeah, lights a fire under. You're like,
yeah.
He
Tell
knows
Flex to drop a bomb on it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I grew up on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's my motivation. And even like now when I need inspiration, like Flex and a few other guys or people who I'm checking with just to get that fire relit. But anyway, Belly comes at like number 4, and it was kind of like we were at the same spot. It's like he was at a point in his career where he kind of had like a little chip on his shoulder.
Sure.
Where he was like, I'm one of the hottest out, and I need motherfuckers to know it, and people are going to know it. And I kind of was in the same place where me and the crew was like, all right, you're at number 4. Like, let's see, like, can you really get to 50? Can you really get to 60?
Yeah.
So it kind of represented the same thing.
Yeah.
And, his energy and his passion, I'll never forget. Like, I'm sitting this close to him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I remember at the end of the freestyle, he just says, like, I got goosebumps. And even talking about it, like, it gives me goosebumps because I'm really sitting there and it's like real life. Like the shit just lit up. Like, you could just feel the fire. So because of what it represented and the excitement level of his, I don't know, I think that will always have a special place in my heart. And then watching it go viral, I think that might have been the first true viral moment where it was like, I woke up the next day and it was
phone was blown up
everywhere. And it was by people who I admire and look up to.
And respected.
Even him as well. You know what I mean? Like, so that's my favorite one forever. And then from there, there's just so many talented artists.
Just moments and moments.
Like you said, when people now have an album coming out or a single dropping or whatever it may be, you kind of have to go through a couple of these iconic shows to promote it.
Thank you.
And the LA Leakers Freestyle is one of them. Like, you have to go out and perform.
It's a stop for sure.
Right?
It's a stop.
Like
We appreciate
it's
that.
like a legitimacy thing in the community,
It's
right?
crazy. Yeah, like originally, like the goal was like, man, whenever anyone comes through LA, we want to make it so they want to come see the LA Leakers. And now, like, fast forward 5 years later, it feels like we're living in that moment.
Now he's like, you're not good enough to be up here,
Which is always a crazy feeling. Like,
don't slip me your demo, kid. All right.
Right. Which is always a crazy feeling.
Actually, that's a great question. How often do you get hit up?
Yeah, I mean,
because you went from like trying to graduate into the show, and now that is by far solidified as a premier piece of the music culture.
Right.
How often do you get like
DMs
blown up
are
to be like,
all
DMs going
SoundClouds.
crazy,
A lot.
text going crazy,
a lot.
Listen
all
to
the
my single,
time.
bro.
All the time. I mean, it's like, it's something that I've accepted and I embrace. You know what I mean? Like, it's not annoying to me. It's not like a burden on me, but it's definitely something that's like part of my lifestyle. I do the best I can to listen and reach back and things of that nature, because there's so many people. Like, I was in a club in LA just last Saturday night, and someone comes up to me like halfway through my gig, I'm literally DJing, and I could tell he's having a conversation with me like, how do I get my music played on y'all's show? And I'm like, listen, man, hang out till the end, and I'll talk to you.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. I know you're.
My laptop's open.
Yeah, bro.
I'm vibing right
Hold
now.
on, I gotta mix this song. Hold on, I gotta mix this song.
I'm human, like that is like a little frustrating,
Sure,
but I just
sure.
try to stay in the moment. And there is a part of me that's like, oh, maybe he'll take 2 extra drinks and he'll forget about it. But also I'm like, yo, if he stays and he actually approaches me respectfully and we have a conversation, I have no problem doing that.
Right.
I actually enjoy it. But so not only did he stay, he started freestyling. He just came up to me and started freestyling, and I just I appreciate shit like that, man, because those are things that I'm a fan of too.
You never know.
You hear stories like that.
Yeah, of course.
I've heard the story of Kanye West going to the radio station and rapping and being discovered by, radio DJs up there in Chicago, and same with
like Big Sean
Meek
had a story
Mill.
like that?
Oh no, actually I take that back. Big Sean's the one that did it for Kanye.
Yeah, I remember that.
And Meek Mill in Philly. So you hear stories like that all the time. So it's cool to just dude, that someone would even trust my opinion in my ear enough to be able to I mean,
That's crazy.
You guys are in the LA hub. You guys are the Leakers. You guys
Yeah.
have broke so many, especially because I'm a huge fan of West Coast rap.
Dope. Yeah,
and you
for
guys
sure.
play a lot of up and coming West Coast rappers.
Absolutely.
And I think West Coast rap has made a transition to where it's more up and coming now in the
For
past
sure,
few years.
for sure.
So yeah, you guys are definitely that source.
and to be
you
100%
are the source.
And to be 100% honest with you,
Thank
I
you.
wouldn't know half of the West Coast dudes I know if it wasn't for their show,
Wow,
right?
that's dope.
No, hey, Sunday Shade
it's-
45.
Come
and it's
on,
fire.
let's go.
It's
Yeah,
fire.
thank you.
Well,
man.
you have a lot nowadays. You have at the very beginning. It was so hard because there was gatekeepers, right, to get your music on the air.
Right.
And then it was an amazing thing to not have that anymore. But now at this point, there are so many avenues to get your music out. So it's almost just a super cluttered marketplace where you need the cosigns
is.
or you need the ability of someone like you to say, all right, cool. Hey guys,
Yeah.
I think this is legitimate enough for
Man.
me to play on my show.
For sure.
You might not know him, but I think that he's going to be legitimate. Pay attention. And that's
Right.
immediately something that can change
an artist
ideally the trajectory.
for sure, absolutely. And damn, like you said, it's a blessing and an honor to even be in that situation and circle in a time like this where you can just you could just do rap on Instagram Live, you know what I mean? Or you can put your stuff on SoundCloud or streaming services, and there's
Whatever.
just a ton of outlets to
Yeah.
do it. So, and that's the job right there. That's the goal, is to continue to create ways that makes shows like ours valuable and important to the culture. That's the whole gig, is creating ways to continue to elevate that platform.
I love it.
That's dope.
Man. Thank you.
I love it. So you're actually signed to Skam.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Tell us a little about Skam. What is it like being signed to Skam?
Yeah.
What is that whole embodiment?
Good old
like?
Sujit.
You know what I'm
My man
saying? Yeah.
Sujit.
Shout out Sujit. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
birthday,
Sujit.
Suj.
Yeah,
What a
for sure.
weekend.
Yeah, we're coming off a long, Skam summer, but the party
Yeah.
was fucking awesome,
My
man.
Lord.
Yeah, my Lord. That's right.
I'm
That's
still hurting.
That's a lot.
I saw the stories. Yeah, I saw the
Me
IG
too.
It
stories.
was great.
I mean, it's just dope being, part of a great community like what, what Skam builds and brings to the culture. It's like it's like you have this hub and family tree where, even the gig I played today, it was my first time, I've done the party before, but not on a Thursday afternoon, so you can easily pick up the phone and talk to someone you respect. I'm calling, Angie V and a couple of the other homies. I'm talking to Five and things like that. And, it's just dope to have that kind of
Camaraderie.
And that's stuff that
And you're on the same roster.
Yeah, being on rosters with DJs who I respect so much.
Right.
That's the community level. And I heard you play a song. What was that? Can you send me that? Or certain edits and things like that. And I'm gonna go check out Five tonight. I am always in school. You know what I mean? It is always
support levels on another
support
yeah.
for sure. Support 100%, and just studying.
Getting
you know
better.
What I mean?
It's like you're signing to Clutch Sports. Right,
That's dope,
Rich Paul, and he has LeBron, he has all
Yeah.
these people,
Yeah.
and you've always been with these other kind of firms, and
Yeah.
now Rich Paul's got you,
Yeah.
and it's damn, now I can go rub shoulders with these guys. I'm playing against these guys, and we all have a thing in common.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
It's a world of connections as well. But
100%.
yeah, it's
it was a similar feeling to when I got to Power 106. It was like a graduation level.
Facts.
And then just being a part of the agency itself and working closely with Sujit, man, I mean, as much of a like roller coaster that could be, like he honestly like makes me fucking better. You know,
That's
he
dope.
pushes me and he directs me in a way to where like from year 1 to year 2, there's like instant growth. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Yeah.
like and 2 to 3 is more growth. And you know, it's easy to get into a rhythm, and even with your sets and things like that, and you know, you're traveling, and he really keeps like the train moving, you know, and maximizes the potential, you know what I'm saying? And he'll have me say no to certain things, and I'm like, why? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I want to do it, and he's like, no,
He knows,
we gotta
he
hold
understands,
off. And he
right.
just
Yeah.
understands the part of the business and the importance of saying no sometimes. And
For sure. That's the hardest thing, man.
man, it's so hard. And he'll call me all the time, and he'll just be like, go ahead, tell me I was right. You know what I'm saying? And it happens a lot. It happens
Yeah,
a
that's
lot.
it.
And I'm grateful. And even though in the moment it's like, it's a little frustrating,
Right.
like I got to shout him out for that type of stuff, because I always feel like it's for the better. You know, and
Yeah.
once you give that trust level to someone like that, because it's hard to do, you just know like you're in good hands, and having someone in a squad that has your best interest at hand,
For sure, for sure.
like that shit's unbelievable, because it's a competitive space.
For
All
sure.
of the things we
Absolutely.
do is competitive, and there's a lot of people in your ear. You know what I'm saying? So being able to go directly to Sujit and the members on the Skam crew, like that's the stuff that I'm grateful for, man.
Needed.
For real.
He helps
Super.
me steer the ship. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I like that.
Yeah.
You did say that I helped you get to Las Vegas at the right time. I made
man.
sure. So I feel like the one thing I want to return is I'm going to ask you an exclusive right now.
Okay.
All right?
Okay. I owe you that for
Okay,
sure.
exactly. So
Because
you-
for all I knew, I was supposed to be DJing
facts.
during this time.
100%.
Facts.
The only reason you made it on
Yeah.
time.
That's a true story.
I reminded you when you were actually DJing.
Bro, I think you're on the afternoon.
You're welcome, by the way.
yeah. Thank you.
Your mixtape drops in January.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We need an exclusive. Who's on it right
Oh,
now
man,
that you
okay.
have not announced? We would like to tell the people before everyone else.
Damn, you know that's crazy, because I actually have not said anything. I'm just kind
Yeah,
of
we know. We know.
quietly working
Yeah.
on it.
Well, now
and-
do it loudly, please.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So,
Talk about the project real quick.
yeah. So I'm also putting out an album.
Okay.
Which was also like a big step, just to say that. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
it's
saying?
crazy.
Because like putting out music and creating music is extremely hard.
And most
sure.
DJs don't really do that, right? They'll produce and then it's that person's song.
Right.
They don't put it. It's like, who does, like Khaled maybe?
Yeah,
Khaled's one of the few, maybe.
Yeah, Khaled and
Khaled
Drama.
has to be
Drama,
like-
drama for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Okay.
By the way, DJ Clue, the OG original.
Well, that goes
the
back
Rough
to like,
Riders mixtape. You know
well,
what I'm
that's
saying?
the inspiration
Yeah.
for the mixtape.
That was
that I-
my
Dope,
shit
dope.
back in the day.
bro. Like and
The
He's like, who are these guys? Why do they listen to so much hip hop?
yeah, I love it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, so coming off that Locks and Dipset,
The verses.
Verses, I was like, yo, like I have to put that same passion that you just said and what I have
Right.
back into the culture
Right.
in my way. There are people who do it, and props to guys like Holiday and Ski, and there's
Ski,
a ton of people
yeah.
who do mixtapes. But like, I just feel like from my area, like I have to at least put my foot in the water
Sure.
because
Yeah, for sure.
like that's what birthed the freestyles.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, I just feel like there's more that I could contribute than just the freestyles, even though that's a huge part of it, and I'm grateful for it. But yeah, so I'm putting out an album, and in the meantime of it, like nothing along that process can be rushed. You know what I
Right.
mean?
For sure.
And I said to myself, like, man, like I want to put out content. I want to continue to work with young artists who now might not quite be ready for the radio yet. They might not be ready for the freestyle series.
Yeah.
But I don't want to like not work with them, because the people who I built relationships with over the last 5 to 8 years, they didn't have hit records either at the
Yeah.
time. You know what I'm saying? So that was the motivation for the mixtape. But to like answer your question, there's an artist named La Russell that I'm really excited about.
Okay.
My man Simba has told me he's listening to the beats that I sent him and he's down to record. My guy Jason Cash already sent me something. So those are like a few names
Great.
that
Yeah.
are on the mixtape. And I've got a lot of other feelers out there.
Yeah.
Love it, love it.
But I would say like Jason Cash, Simba, those are the first two dudes that were like, just whatever you need, I got you.
Love that.
You know,
love
and
that.
I also told myself like, no matter how big or how young an artist is in their career, like this ain't about like I'll take an artist with 5,000 followers if
quality
or 500 followers
For sure.
if they have that quality. So those are like a few names. It's still in the early stages, but I am gonna put it out in January.
I love it. Let's go.
100%.
If you need if you need like one of those skits like in the middle, you know what I'm saying? You need some voiceovers, let us know.
All right,
I'm down for like
DJ Clue.
Yeah. I want like a little skit in the
Let's
middle,
go.
like an interlude or something.
Yeah, we can use the piece of this
That's the goal. That's
on
the
the
goal.
tape. But I'm hype about it, man. It's
I would
like
be hot.
I'm all about it right now, and it's.
Well, congrats.
Thank you,
That's
man.
awesome,
Thank
man.
you.
We're
love
excited
that.
to see it.
Thank you guys, for real.
All right, we have some other big questions. The beef right now in hip hop. Kanye versus Drake.
Wow. Yeah, I know. What the
Donda
hell?
certified lover boy.
What's going on?
Absolute
guys?
battle.
I don't know.
They just need to both drop the album, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where are you at in this beef right here? What do you think about the whole thing?
Man, when I heard Betrayal, when I heard the Trippie Red song, I mean, of course, like anytime Drake drops, we're like going right to the song. Like, we gotta
Immediately.
hear what
Immediately.
it is.
Yeah.
And when I heard the line, I was like, did he say they or did he say yay? You know what I'm saying? I was kind of hoping he said they.
Yeah. He was
once,
like, please,
once
no.
he said yay, it's like, okay, here we go again. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
for
Here we
sure.
go again. DMX voice, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. Like, I'm not really like into it because like I thought the first round was just got so ugly. You
It
know what
got
I mean?
crazy.
It was a child announcement after the
Right.
first round.
It was a
Yeah.
child
Yeah.
announcement.
Yo,
and-
Kanye didn't he just release Drake's home address?
so
I mean, but it's known though.
But yeah,
But
in Toronto, like everybody
Yeah.
knows.
But I'm
guess,
saying
yeah.
it's one other thing if you're not looking for it, but just to leak someone's
Yeah,
home
yeah, for
address
sure, for
regardless.
sure. Different, right?
The act of doing it, you know.
I would think that. I mean, I don't know.
You're
Isn't
Drake, your
there's
home
it's
address?
corny for sure. Yeah.
yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, it gets ugly with them, and I'm such a fan of both that it's
Yeah.
like, do we really have to do this? You know what I mean? But if it inspires them both to make great music,
Yeah.
and
Do you think that's good for the energy though? Like,
Are we
or
still in
bad?
that place? Hey, are we still in that place in like?
I don't know,
music?
man. I'd rather leave
But even
that.
in sports, right? Even in sports, like we all like.
There's
to get
somebody's
along,
always gotta be
but
the villain.
We like the rivalries a little
For
bit.
sure. Now in sports, I like when it gets chippy. I definitely
I
like
do
when
too.
it
I
gets
love
chippy.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I
let's
love
go
it.
to shit.
The Nets and Lakers
Let's
upcoming
go.
season.
Wait,
That's
bro.
gonna
be
be
super chippy.
Enough of the soft shit, man. We
Yeah.
want to win chips, man.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I really don't think that everyone has to like each other a lot. I think, like you said, sometimes it goes over the line a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's the thing is it's a lot of like family and bro and sis and I love you,
Yeah.
but that shit's not real, you
Yeah.
know? Like people really, have their own opinions and they're not moving with certain choices people are making. And I think like when that reality comes to fruition, it's like, oh shit, there's beef, you know?
You know what the weird
You
thing
know
is?
what I'm
Is that
saying?
normally
Yeah,
a beef, like I tend to pick a side.
Yeah.
For like Drake and Kanye, I'm really big fans of both of them. And we talk about Kanye and Drake a lot on the show.
Right.
And I don't find myself not listening. I don't think anyone really finds themselves maybe not listening to either of them.
To
They just
wanna-
are just consuming the content as much as possible, right?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
right.
It's more like you're just sitting there watching the popcorn. You're not picking a side.
Yeah,
It's
dude,
like, all right,
like,
okay,
right.
what's going on?
Right. Yeah. Definitely don't have like.
Because I don't see it hurting any of them at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I guess.
Are you
it
gonna
gets,
stop listening to Kanye because Drake says so? No,
no.
Or you're not gonna listen to Drake because Kanye.
I'm just not
Yeah.
listening to a gospel album. I'll listen to anything
Right,
else.
but that's by choice, right?
Yeah, that's by
not
choice.
by
Yeah.
Drake
It's not by
saying.
beef.
It's not 'cause of Drake.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic, man. That's one right there that I could live without. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah,
need
for
all the
sure.
shenanigans. I'm fucking excited for both albums, no matter what.
What a
But,
great time of year.
Yeah, man, it's
Yeah.
gonna be exciting for those two releases for sure.
All right, I like that. A controversial, just incredible tweet.
Okay.
August 9th of this year. You tweeted out that your top 5 rappers
Oh yeah.
He was nervous. He's like, wait a minute. What are you talking about here?
are Lil Baby,
Yeah.
Tyler the Creator, J.
Yes.
Cole, Nas, and Jadakiss.
Man, let's
a
go.
lot of crazy comments on this.
Yeah.
That was August 9th.
Right.
Today is what? What is today?
Where we at the
August
27th?
26th.
August 26th.
26.
Right. Do I still feel?
Do
the
you
same?
stand by this? I'll read you this again.
Yeah, read it to me
Just
again.
Incredibles, top 5 DJs, August 9th. Lil Baby,
Rappers, not
rappers.
DJs.
Top 5
Rappers.
rappers, my bad. Lil Baby, Tyler the Creator, J. Cole, Nas, and Jadakiss.
Yeah.
And this
yeah.
is all time?
No, this was just in the moment.
Okay,
This was
okay.
just like who's the hottest right now.
Right now?
Yeah, that's who I thought. Who I feel like is the most scorching hot. Let me think. I feel like that's still my 5 right
I mean,
now.
Jadakiss
Yeah.
is only because the verses battle.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that whole shit was inspired by verses. I was like, damn, like he was so hot in that moment, and
he
like,
won the whole thing.
And the whole delivery and the confidence, and it was exactly what embodies is like a true definition of hip hop. I still feel the same. I mean, the number 1 spot might be up for
Wow. Okay.
You know, like, was Drake on there? Yeah. No, I mean,
Drake was not on there.
but he got to put some music. He got to put the album out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He got to put
That'll
the
all
album out.
shift once those
Of
records
course.
come out.
Yeah,
course.
once Drake drops, once Ye drops, once Keem and this Kendrick stuff starts to come out. Cause once Kendrick drops,
Yeah.
the whole
He
shit
did
could be
announce,
shut
yeah,
back
yeah.
down. You know what I mean? Like it's probably his. You know what I
Been
mean?
5 years since he dropped an album?
Yeah, it's been too long. That's another one. That was, to be honest with you, that was another reason for my tweet. Was just like
Motivating.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I got
Somebody's gonna see it. Somebody
I
in
got
their
some
camp.
messages. I got some messages. Where,
That's right. I read the comments. The list: Lil Baby, Tyler the Creator, J. Cole, Nas, and Jadakiss.
Yeah. That's my 5. I can still stand by that until those other guys put out some more music.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm
I love
standing
it.
by that 5. That's a
man,
hot 5. Right
I mean,
there.
J. Cole had a very hot freestyle.
J. Cole's hard to beat. I mean, that's definitely one of the greatest rappers
With
alive.
the Mike Jones beat.
Yeah, that was fire. That was crazy.
Fire, bro.
He
Come
went
on.
there
What's
on-
J.
Come
Cole
on.
like in person?
Dude, awesome, man. Like down to earth, just like
Yeah.
us. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Almost
dope.
like so down to earth that you just can't believe that you're like talking about like restaurants in North Carolina with the guy. You know what I mean? Like
That's
that.
crazy.
Like that, bro.
Also
like,
way taller than you would think.
yeah, that for sure. And when we did the freestyle, like they had said, like, yeah, we want to do it this week because he leaves to Africa
He's gonna
on
go hoop.
Friday.
Yep. Yep.
But no, we didn't know. It was just like he's going to Africa on Friday.
I didn't know he was gonna
We
play.
didn't know that he was gonna go pro out
Yeah,
there like
yeah.
that. So that would have been a bunch of my questions too. I think we talked a little sports and stuff like that, but he's super down to earth, which
Crazy.
makes that moment
Even
like
better.
we circling back to what we said when you
Yeah.
kind of meet your idols and stuff like that, and they're down to earth. You're like, shit, this was the just how I wished it would be.
Yeah,
you
for
know?
sure.
Do you have a top 5 of all time? Since we gave your top 5 recently, do you have a top 5 of all time?
Rappers?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm sure I could do it. My favorite rapper of all time is Jay-Z.
Okay.
I
mean,
mean,
tough to
dude,
beat.
That
I
is
mean,
my
come on.
favorite rapper.
The
of all
catalog, the
time.
resume, it's tough to beat.
Yeah. After that, I would probably go. Wait, let me think, because that number 2 spot always gets a little.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I would say Biggie number 2.
Okay.
Biggie
Okay.
would be my
Sure.
number 2. Pac would be my number 3.
Sure.
Probably would say. Oh shit!
yeah. There's only a couple spots left.
Right, I might say Kendrick.
Okay.
Okay.
Kendrick. Where was that 4?
That's
4.
4.
That 5 is a short list. You know?
And then 5, ooh, they're gonna be.
I know, because we're making this into a clip.
Yeah. 5 for me is Drake. That's just
Okay.
me.
Yeah.
That's,
No, don't.
as
That's a
fan,
solid 5.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, that's a
I think
crazy
his
5.
bars are underrated as is.
100%.
And that's my favorite 5. And fuck, I forgot a lot of not forgot, but I skipped over some really great names.
it's an impossible question.
I mean,
but
it's
a great
impossible.
question.
That's why we asked it.
But I'll say those were the 5 that like sculpted my musical
There you go.
Yeah.
journey and taste
Yeah.
level. You know what I'm saying? And the list
Fantastic
goes on
top
from there.
5 though.
Thank
either
you,
way.
man. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just-
That was
It's
fun.
just like
Come on.
you can't lose with that.
Dude, yeah.
All right, going with some live shows real quick. We've had some crazy nights together before.
Hell
We've
yeah.
all had some wild
For
nights at
sure.
the clubs. Do you have like this epic moments when you go to the DJ booth still? Like, is it still incredible for you each time?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Actually, now coming back from the pandemic, it's like reignited all over again. You know what I'm saying? So every night feels like New Year's Eve to me right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
dope.
Like, seriously. And yeah, I still get that feeling, and that's another one of my main focuses right now is elevating to even larger stages and stuff like that. Like, same thing, like I said, with the album, like, I got to play at Coachella one day, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I have to play at the largest venues and stadiums. So with that being said, yeah, I'm kind of like, I'm graduating and growing my show as well. So I still feel like epic moments, and I'm actually creating them as I perform.
You headline your own shows, DJing all the biggest nightclubs, LA, Vegas, Miami.
Yeah.
But you've DJ'd some huge
Damn.
performances.
Yeah, for sure.
Some
like
monster
DJ kind of.
Right.
performances.
Yeah.
Give me a breakdown of some of those, man. What are some of those iconic like live performances that you've DJ'd too?
Yeah. I mean, that experience is always super fun. it's tricky because, you know, we might come on at midnight and the artist might come on at 2:30.
Right.
And you really have to hold their attention.
Sure.
Because
Yeah.
once you do that switch over, the crowd thinks the big dog's coming on. Like, they think
Yeah.
the artist is coming on. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I'm
for
saying?
sure.
And you're like, no, it's just me.
Just me. It's just me.
And I got this little like intro I'm gonna hit into
Yeah,
this like
yeah.
high energy record, and like that's like the human level that goes like the shit that goes through my head. But that's also challenging. Like, that's the stuff that's made me a better DJ.
Right.
And being able to like, you know, I remember just being like, yeah, such and such is on the way, and then you kind of learn like, let me lay off that because
you have no idea.
you don't know when they're gonna get there.
Yeah,
might
then
be
it's your
3
fault,
o'clock.
really.
Yeah.
People are like, they start looking at you like they'll turn on you. They'll start chanting that name real quick.
Yeah.
Like, we
Yeah.
did Megan Thee Stallion about a month ago, and people were really like, where I would drop the music and normally do my whole like, what city are you from or whose birthday is
Yeah.
it? They were like, Megan. Oh,
man.
So you're back.
Shut up, dude.
Yeah, you're like back on that island, you know. But those are things like I kind of embrace those moments. Like, you know, I've had great mentors who have told me like embrace the silence, you know, and
Yeah.
that island that you're on that's
like
so
that.
nervous is just like, man, enjoy that silence. Like, I think I heard, I'm trying to remember the comedian who said it, but it was on a podcast I was listening to, and he kind of said like, it's all about like after you say the joke, there's like entertainers who will talk really fast after it and not let you get the laugh in,
Right.
Because
Yeah,
they're nervous. Like, are you gonna laugh or not? So with that being said, like I've like learned to embrace the silence a little bit.
That's interesting.
Let
And
the
like,
people enjoy the wave you're taking them on.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like if it's uncomfortable, you know, I'm in my head more than them, and it's like just live through it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But I've had some really great performances, man. We've done J. Cole on New Year's Eve. I've been a part of a few Drake nights, which is like,
yeah.
just like, are you serious? Like, I'm really curating the first 90 minutes before Drake gets on,
Right.
And that's from that same relationship that I talked
That's
to you
even
about.
harder
that-
because
yeah,
you
does
can't
that-
play his shit.
Yeah, that,
Can't play no Drake heaters.
whoa,
Yeah,
like
that's the
try
hardest
that.
shit.
Like 2 hours at you know, this is 2 years ago before the pandemic.
Sure as fuck can't play no Kanye songs either.
Right.
Imagine,
That's gonna happen.
imagine messing that up and accidentally dropping a Drake song like
Ooh,
30
that's crazy too.
minutes
It's like-
ahead of
It
time.
could happen.
Because
They're
a lot-
going crazy. And it's just you like,
Yeah.
Right. Oh,
Well,
shit.
a lot of DJs get in their flow too, right? They kind of know, if I play this song, I know the 2-3 songs I might play after
Right.
that one, right?
Right.
And if that's Drake,
You're not fucking up the Drake concert, pal. You understand that set list.
Let me switch that over real quick.
Is that so? We talked about a lot of your favorite rappers, whatever it may be, but your live performers.
Yeah.
You know, who's like on top of that world for performing live
Right.
for you that you've done?
Man, they all have like such a unique show. Let me think. I mean,
Because that's two different skills. I feel like
yeah,
completely.
for sure,
You know?
for sure. I'm trying to think of because they just have so much good energy, you know. Like, because I think about even like years ago, like Busta Rhymes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
like that was a guy who I watched from the booth, and I was like, the crowd control is insane.
For
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? And he's got hit records, but he's got like people, you know, eating out of the palm of his hands.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, just like, you know, watching probably like between Cole, you know, Drake would, you know, when I remember like, I think it was like the second night they like added, you know, like real fireworks and shit like that. Like, it's just insane. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know,
you're up there, you're like, oh my God,
yeah,
what
it's
just
like,
happened?
what's going on? And even recently, you know, like I didn't DJ for OT Genesis, but like I was there, you know, leading.
Oh, wow.
doing
Okay, yeah.
The music, and like a guy like him, like his crowd interaction is phenomenal. And Meg Thee Stallion, yeah, I mean, they're just so good, you know.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
they're pros. They're literally
yeah,
pros.
They're literally pros. So
I still love seeing a reaction of someone when that first 1 second of a hit drops and the crowd just goes absolutely
like,
crazy.
whoa.
berserk, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, and the performer, you paid so much money, you waited so much time to see this performer, and like possibly whatever. You want to hear a lot of the songs, but there's a couple that are on the top of your list.
for sure.
And they barely even sing them because the crowd's doing the singing for them.
Yeah.
Like, that moment is so crazy to me. Like,
Right.
they're
It's
actually
wild.
paying for the atmosphere of everyone to sing the performer the song that they're supposed to be singing to
Right.
them.
Yeah,
or whatever,
yeah.
you know?
they're
It's
just so
gnarly.
excited to be in the presence of their favorite artist. And imagine what that feels like for the artist. You know
No,
what I
I
mean?
can't.
Like,
It's insane.
It's gotta be.
And they can do honestly anything. they can dance, they can
Yeah.
skip around, they
Yeah.
can take a shot. Everybody it's the most incredible thing ever.
Yeah, for sure.
He
for
took a
sure.
shot.
Yeah, exactly. He took a shot. Yeah, that energy's insane.
He skipped.
Are people go? We asked this question. We had Blau on one time. Are people going crazy to get in the DJ booth still? You still find that out?
Yeah, man. It's
that a thing?
that's a wild thing to me. Yeah,
It's the most valuable real estate in the world, I feel like.
It's wild how many people want to be in the DJ booth. And now with COVID and certain precautions we're trying to take, it's like it's even more mind-boggling to me. But the truth is like, yeah, the party's in the booth for sure.
Facts.
The party's
Facts.
in the booth, right?
I grew up in the DJ booth.
Yeah, we've seen it. We've
Thanks
seen
to
it,
Vibes,
yeah.
Thanks to Deluxe, all those
Oh
guys.
yeah, for sure.
It's still to this day, man. You go in the booth with them, and it's
Well,
I'm in the booth with you. Same
Dude,
thing, yeah.
Oh, we've had some great nights. But people like Vice and Eric is like those are guys that I learned from. Like I was one of the people in the booth and just watching how they would, kind of like cater to their peoples or their friends' and
or the
patience
celebrities
level.
or the athletes that were in there too.
There's
right?
always
It was-
pressure like that.
There's
always pressure.
became, and you guys even yourself as well. You guys were the life of the party, right? We wanted to party with you,
Man, yeah,
Right? You
yeah,
can
yeah.
curate the night, and we'll have a table. We always had a table, but
Yeah, for
we want to
sure.
go party with you. 'cause it's fun.
Yeah, it's the ultimate cool kids
Yeah,
club.
the friends of a friends is that whatever we all go there because that's the place that we gravitate towards.
Right.
Yeah.
But I feel like the regular patron of a nightclub, it's like that's the goal.
It's like see
it's
a
like-
random dude.
Yeah, no, it's
I
like,
wanted the booth.
Yeah, it's
Especially
like
the
I enter
birthday girl.
club, it's like
The
yo,
birthday
if I-
girl, for sure.
Yeah, if I were to
It's my
get in the
birthday.
DJ
Right.
booth tonight, like I'm not gonna worry about girls tonight or guys or getting drinks or
I'm
whatever. It's
going-
like I'm gonna get in that fucking booth.
Yeah.
And they get there, it's just like, all right, cool. Like, what's up, man? You
it's
know,
a
like,
psychological thing. I'm not sure
100%.
what it is, but it's definitely like
booth. It was sick.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
For sure.
it's like a video game, man. It's like achieving the next level.
Yeah,
or something, right?
exactly, for
It's
sure.
like ding ding as soon as you do it. But yeah, it's definitely the party. And sometimes we love it. Sometimes we're like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Get out of my face.
for me, like I really like focusing the first like 30 to 40 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I really like to lock in and like I love engaging with the crowd, and I just can't do that sometimes if I'm being like tapped on the shoulder and things like that. But after that, like hour number 2, like you kind of do encourage it. Like
Yeah.
mix
You
it
wanna
up
have
a
fun
little.
too,
Yeah,
yeah.
you want to have fun too because the crowd feels that too.
You single right now?
I am single.
I mean,
yeah.
the DJ booth situation is not terrible if you're a single
Yeah,
DJ.
I mean, there's bigger problems that I could think of.
If you are a
right?
single headlining DJ,
Shit.
that is not a bad place to be.
I have a lot of-
10,000%.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends who are like, well, I'll just live through you, Josh. Just tell
There
me
you
the
go.
story.
For sure.
There you go. That tequila's getting sipped right now. ladies.
Yeah, cheers to
I mean,
that.
so you're in the booth with your boys, a lot of girls. It's a good night at the club. You can kind of sense the crowd's just kind of whatever. We've asked this question before. What is the absolute number one fucking song you're gonna play that's going to be the
Wake
banger
everybody up.
to
That's a
wake
good
everyone
question.
up?
That's a
Immediately,
good question.
I'm handing you the aux cord. What song are you playing?
That's a good question. That's a really good
Also
question.
a clip question.
Yeah. I think. Can I say a couple of them or?
Yeah.
What do you-
Yeah.
Yeah. I
You're
feel
the
like,
DJ right now.
Yeah, I feel like you got records like All I Do Is Win.
Okay.
Okay.
Rest in peace, DMX. Party Up is
damn it,
always
Party
gonna
Up.
light
Yeah.
the room up. French Montana's Pop That
Come
is always
on.
gonna light the room up.
Yeah.
That was sick.
Those would be like 3 automatics for sure.
Don't need to think about this one twice.
Maybe Paris, Jay-Z, and
Okay,
Kanye.
okay.
But yeah, those are like, because you do have those moments where you're
For
like,
sure.
shit, I got to reactivate the room.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I think like, and then you got Dreams and Nightmares, Meek Mill.
Oh my God.
That's a different kind of
The
hype.
first,
though.
the first
world.
60
That's like,
seconds,
no,
hey,
no, no,
once that beat drops, throws are getting, chairs are getting thrown, everything.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
Water's
yeah.
getting
It
thrown.
can go from a
R.I.P.
riot to a park.
Yeah,
to a
R.I.P.
to a
Grey
riot.
Goose bottles. They're just getting slung
Yeah.
across the room. Yeah.
But you have those moments, so that's fucking a great question because we all have those songs that we lean on to just like, all right, because I got 45 more minutes and we got to make sure we
Get the come up.
take this back up for sure. Those are definitely songs that I'm dropping to like activate the room.
Love that.
best
Love that.
Those
best
are sure
club
things, too.
crowd. Vegas, Miami, LA.
Vegas.
Absolutely,
Let's go.
absolutely. I was going to debate real quick if it was anything else.
Let's go.
Vegas for sure. 100% is my choice for like the party to be that I want to be at.
Right.
For sure.
Love
Like-
that.
Like when we said New Year's, it's like that. It's like everyone's traveling here to party on the next
They're
level.
so excited. They're so happy.
So happy to be here. And it fits my energy of DJing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know, that energy matching. You get that a little in Miami. You get some of that in NY and LA, but Vegas is like, like it's
for sure.
I always say this.
You know
I
what
go,
I'm saying?
bigger.
Today might be our Thursday, right? But this is the biggest night of their life.
For sure. Ooh.
Exactly that.
Right?
Wow. Is that trademarked?
It's not, but it should be.
We should
Should be.
sell it to Vegas.com.
But literally,
For
that's
sure
what
you
it
should.
is, right? Like
Every
we can
night.
laugh in the DJ booth and be like, "Oh, just seeing my boy again." But they literally they packed the clothes that they knew they were gonna wear tonight.
Man.
They started drinking, getting ready for this, and then now this is their moment.
got their
This is their
haircut,
fucking
got the
moment.
haircut,
right.
everything.
For
Yeah.
sure.
That's right.
Feeling good.
Vegas is
Yeah.
special.
And a
Vegas
lot of
is
people
special.
really like, we are vastly spoiled, all of us, because of the interactions that we get with nightclubs and whatever it may
Right.
be. A lot of people earn
Yeah.
to get into this club to watch
For
you
sure.
perform.
Yeah.
They waited in line for an hour. They sweated for
right.
30 minutes getting 4 Bud Lights for $50.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
they're sitting there holding them like just to see
On the
Hey,
S4 waiting
songs
for
that,
you.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Which is
And I think
like-
that's important for DJs to remember too, or everyone in the club.
Everybody, yeah.
Even from, hosts to lighting guys. It's like, like you said, like it's Thursday. I've been up, 3 nights in a row at this. Like it's easy to be like, oh, here we go. But
Right.
like it's important to remember that. It's very important to remember that and keep that front and center because that's their best night of their life.
Yeah.
Could be probably their first time seeing you.
Facts.
How are they going to leave the party? They're either
100%.
going to say you're their favorite DJ or
You're a dickhead.
or you're a dick. And
Or
think about
sucked.
Yeah, like we don't want that. And think about how much preparation went into their night. And when you think about all that stuff, it's hard to like mail it in. Like you got to
You need to reflect that, yeah,
every
for
time,
sure.
For
every
sure.
time.
It seems like everyone on Earth wants to be a DJ right now.
Yeah.
Facts.
It's popular. It's popular.
What is your thoughts on like the influencer DJ craze
Yeah.
right now, where everyone overnight's also becoming a DJ?
Or even
Right.
celebrities trying to be DJs.
That's what, influencer,
Right.
celebrity, yeah.
Right. I mean, I don't know. Like, I know a lot of, I've had a lot of conversations with people who feel and have different opinions. I don't know, man. It's like, I guess if they still follow those same characteristics that I just mentioned, if they still care about, if they care about the community, the culture, the audience, the experience, I don't have much problem with it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I don't put much thought to that shit, but
Yeah.
I could see why it could be like, I guess if I was competing for a gig and something like that, maybe my
right,
opinion
right.
would change.
Yeah.
And I do have friends who have been in that situation, and I completely respect their opinion, but I also just know what it is, right? Like I'm in the entertainment business too. I understand that like there's people who I interview on the radio show who I might not even like love their music like
Or
that,
haven't paid
but
their dues
they
or whatever it is,
or
right?
they've obviously skipped a line or two, but they have 3 million followers and
Goddamn internet.
it's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
TikTok.
Goddamn
TikTok,
internet.
you bastard.
Everybody have respect for the culture, for the community.
Yeah.
If they do it right, you're okay
If
with
they
it.
do it right, I'm okay with it. If they try to make a mockery of it or make fun of it or take it for granted, I would have
Or just
an
a
issue
quick
with
cash grab
that.
or whatever.
Yeah,
it may
for
that,
sure.
I
be.
wouldn't be a fan of that.
All right, it's trash. We'll report anyone.
Yeah,
when we
if
see
you see it, let
to
me know.
to the DJ council, we'll
Nah, for
report that.
sure. There's a few of us
Yeah.
too who take that shit very
Exactly.
seriously.
We're saying you to scam jail. You
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
want
yeah.
that.
Yeah, for sure. You don't
Yeah.
lock you up.
Yeah, you don't fucking want
You
that.
don't want that.
Oh my god! By the way, you have one of the most iconic voices. I feel like Bob Menery.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and
yeah,
Buffalo
yeah,
Wild
yeah.
Wings just parted ways. I feel
Okay.
like you should interview Buffalo Wild
Shit.
Wings. You should take that gig out. You know what I mean?
Man, thank you.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would be into that.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
like,
We'll
yeah.
talk.
Well, we'll set it up.
Let them know.
We'll call B-Dubs.
Let them know.
We'll call B-Dubs.
I like the restaurant too.
My man, this interview was incredible. We
Thank
appreciate you
you.
coming on board. We end every episode with this segment called Eat It, Drink It, Binge It, where we just recommend a cool place or something cool to eat.
Okay.
Wherever it may be, LA, Vegas, anywhere in the world, whatever
Right.
you want.
Okay.
Drink it, same thing. Cool
Okay.
brand, cool drink somewhere,
Whatever
whatever it may
you're
be.
drinking.
Yeah.
And binge it can be new music coming out. It can be
Podcasts.
podcast. It can be a show. it can be a
Netflix,
book.
whatever.
Okay.
We'll go first, and then you can
yeah,
I'll
we'll
come
go
to you
first.
so you
I'll
get time
whip
to
it
think about
around
some
so
stuff.
it's
Sounds
easy
good.
for you.
Sounds good.
We do it one at a time, so I eat first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so my Eat It, our boy, I got to shout him out right now. Ryan Lab, dropping Lynetta in Summerlin.
But did you eat there yet?
I didn't eat that yet. I'm going.
It opens tonight.
Yeah,
Grand
it's
opening,
open
yeah.
tonight. Grand's
Yeah.
open tonight.
Yeah.
So make sure you go
Fire.
check it out. Great friend. The build out is amazing. I did a couple walkthroughs. The space looks incredible in Summerlin here in Vegas.
Great fucking invite, by the way, too.
Yeah, great invite.
The box with the hat, chips and salsa, tequila. I was like eating,
the
making
velvet
cocktails.
hat.
Crazy.
Dialed. So Ryan, shout out to you. La Neta in Summerlin. Go guys, go check it out.
Fire.
Yeah. What do you
Go
got?
ahead, Drew.
What you eating?
I'm next. Okay, so I already know the answer. You guys have probably never had a pizza loaf, right?
What'd you call me?
Pizza
loaf.
Why is it like I feel like the third week in a row we've had some innovative pizza? What was it? It was a pizza cone last
Yeah,
night.
pizza cone last
Pizza
week.
cone.
This week it's a pizza loaf. It's from
Okay.
Great Buns Bakery in Summerlin. It's like a loaf of bread, but it's like a pizza loaf.
So like a huge calzone.
So it's like pizza inside. When I cut
It's not a calzone. It's like a twisted up bread loaf, but with mozzarella and pepperoni, and they bake it with like cheese on the outside, and you break it apart. It's gooey. It's soft.
Diet food, you're saying. So diet
No,
food.
definitely don't eat this on your diet. But it's called a pizza loaf
Cheat
from
day.
Great Buns Bakery in Summerlin.
Fall is coming,
fine.
guys. You know, time for those layers.
Oh yeah, you can pack it on right now if you want. You're
yeah,
good.
yeah.
You're good.
So
All right, what do you got?
I went back home to LA over the last weekend, right? And all my friends are like Japanese, Hawaiian. So you guys are probably familiar with mochi already, right?
Facts.
But have you guys had Hawaiian butter mochi?
What?
So it's literally it's more chewy than gummy, and it's kind of like a mix between like mochi and cake, right? So
Okay.
it's like a nice little bar. It's incredibly tasting, sweet, better texture, and it's not like gummy like actual mochi.
Fantastic
It's more
adjectives
Hawaiian
right
than
now,
it is like Japanese. So
Sure.
I
Fire.
love mochi too.
Fire.
Okay, I like that.
Hawaiian butter mochi.
Butter mochi?
Yeah,
I like that.
man.
Sometimes it's very disappointing to have these recommendations and not have to a taste test while we're talking about
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I'm
I
ready.
got
Kinda
going
the most
too.
That'll take another hour though of us
Yeah,
just stuffing
yeah,
our face.
facts.
Yeah, facts.
I'm not mad at that. I just want to make sure that I get the address right before I shout this spot out because
Okay.
I had one of their burgers recently. Am I not getting?
What's it called?
Is it in LA?
Yeah.
I probably know of it.
Okay, so it's Burgers 99.
Yeah,
$99.
Gio.
Right, the fam.
Yeah.
There's some really cool guys over there, man. And I've had their chicken sandwich
Okay.
and one of their burgers, and I can't wait to go back. It's on La Brea.
Okay.
It's on La Brea in LA.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right there in La Brea in LA, kind of by Undefeated
Yep.
and Union.
For sure.
And I just want to shout them out over there, man. They show a lot of love. And yeah, man, it's just a smacking burger. Same thing. If you're on a diet, might not
Stay
be the
away.
spot.
Don't fuck with
But
it.
Shit.
No burgers and pizza loaves.
Yeah, but like on a cheat day,
Yeah, go
like
get
it's
it.
definitely a vibe. They got dope milkshakes and shit like that.
What kind of
So,
burger
Yeah.
was it?
I just got a regular I had
Cheeseburger or
Yeah,
something?
it was just one of those. Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
just the way it was cooked.
Fire?
Like yeah, it was fire. I'm
gonna write it
so,
down.
You gotta try it. Those are the
Burgers
those are-
99.
Shout out Gio, man.
Cosign.
La Brea, yeah,
Cosign.
Gio. Shout out to the fam over there. So yeah, man, that's what's up.
I like that. You're a big tea drinker. You're a big tea guy.
Yeah, I drink
You
tea.
drink kava tea?
No, wait, is it kava like when you get like kind of like?
No, it's like it's like a relaxing tea at the end of the night, and it just
Okay.
like the opposite of like a green tea to get you energized.
Yeah.
Just like relaxes you and like it's supposed to soothe your brain a little bit, calm
Dope.
you up, ease your mind so you're not like thinking about a million things.
That's what I do 10,000%.
Yeah, when you lay on the pillow.
Yeah.
I tried it a few times. It's unbelievable. Tastes fire, kind of like a black tea a little bit
Yeah.
with no caffeine. Amazing. Kava tea. Highly recommended.
All right, nice.
Highly recommended. That and, if you want to take a couple other things when you go to bed. Yeah. Kava tea to wash down 6 melatonin gummies, but whatever. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, whatever.
Right.
Whatever it takes to get you to the next day,
Yeah, for sure.
All right, what do you got? What are you drinking?
All right, so I went back to the Golden Tiki.
Okay,
You guys been to
yeah.
the Golden Tiki, right?
Yeah,
Love
Spring
Golden
Mountain.
Tiki.
You
Big
been?
Ambrose spot.
For sure.
So it's a tiki bar on Spring Mountain in Chinatown. Always packed, super kind of. I guess now exclusive because of COVID, so you have to
Yeah.
make a reservation.
Okay.
They got the craziest tiki drinks in these fucking dope tiki glass mugs.
Yeah.
They put the sugar cube. They light that bitch on
On
fire.
fire, yep.
Anything flammable.
Okay.
Automatically
I'm into it.
just
Yeah.
charge me $10 extra. I'm all for it. Let me film it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Double
it's
the price.
I'm all about it.
Right.
Yeah. Golden Tiki, Chinatown.
There it is. Love it, love it. So during our draft, right, I was drinking tequila and stuff, but the way we drink, and every time you have to take a shot for something, we started drinking Truly Punches. Have you guys had the Truly Punch?
Yeah,
You
they're
were talking
fire.
about 'em, yeah.
They're fire.
They're good.
Yeah,
Which
they're
one?
fire.
I like the red one. The fruit punch.
The
Truly
fruit punch, the fruit
red
punch
one.
flavor. Yes, the best one.
Yeah, that's the one. So,
You think the blue one's gonna be fire? Trash.
I know the blue one is like this light blue, kind of like Drew's shirt, right? And you're like,
yeah.
that's gonna be the one. It was the one.
Yeah.
The red Truly
Fruit
punch.
punch.
Fruit punch is the one.
Fire.
Dialed.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's
I
only
like
like
it.
90 calories. It's fire.
Not sponsored, but can be sponsored.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
100%.
Truly,
good.
big boys.
I got to take notes on all of these, by the way. Because Vegas has a lot of fire, man.
Ton of
there's
shit.
a lot
it's
of great
crazy.
places to eat.
Ton of shit.
A lot of good experiences
Yeah.
when you go eat.
Especially if like that day where you don't have a gig and you get up the next day, you gotta
right,
come out.
Right. For me, coffee bean, peach jasmine cold brew.
That's
is
your
my
shit, huh?
vibe,
Fire.
bro.
Okay, dope.
They
Yeah.
have the good ice because you know the crushed
The crushed ice is the
crushed
shit. That's the
ice
shit, bro.
makes a big
the little-
difference.
yeah, it does.
The little crushed ice. So yeah, peach jasmine cold brew from Coffee Bean. Now,
I
There
always
it is.
love to hear people's go to. Like,
I'm literally
that's-
writing all of them down.
Oh, you're
Because,
gonna-
because we do so many on here because we do the show, a million times.
Weekly, right.
But when someone comes in, that's like their one drink it or their one.
You gotta
That's
try
a
it. You
go-to.
have to
first thing
try
that
it.
comes to their
I've
brain.
also been on like Robex smoothies lately too,
Okay.
coming out of the gym.
We don't
Yeah.
have those here in Vegas.
There's no Robex.
I literally, that's so crazy. I literally just saw an ad today on Facebook.
for Robex, huh?
Yeah, I swear to
Really?
God.
Getting fed that
And you
shit.
just now talked about it. Now I'm going to get fed in the pipeline
yeah.
all day.
Yeah,
Drying
they're
up.
listening for sure.
Coming your
Or
way.
Java's gonna hit you on the way home. Like, no, come back, baby.
Yeah.
We
Remember
love
me?
you.
Like, hi.
Come on back. Remember us?
Binge it. The Blacklist. You ever watch the show?
Yeah, a
on
long time
Netflix.
ago.
Netflix,
The Blacklist,
right?
yeah. All on Netflix. I never watched it. It's like 7-8 seasons.
Okay.
Started going it. Love it. I
Nice.
need like some show that has a longevity to it that I can
Yeah.
just key into, like when I'm watching the baby or something like that, and I just
Right.
need to like zone out for a second.
Yeah.
Right.
Love it. And
What's it
now
about, though? I've never watched it. I always see it on
The
my...
Blacklist is about like a criminal.
It's the dudes in the suits on the little thing, right?
No, it's like a criminal who's like somehow related to an FBI agent, and they go through all the villains of the world. It's super awesome, and I love
kinda
those kind of
crazy.
shows.
Blacklist. Huh?
Yeah, the Blacklist
Okay.
is good, and there's a
What
million
a rundown.
episodes, so I'll probably never finish it. At this point,
Right,
you know?
right, For right.
sure.
Which is great. That's what I want.
Yeah, just keep
I'll just
going.
go forever. All right, what do you got? What are you binging?
I mean, so did you guys watch the baseball at the cornfield, right?
Field
The
of
game,
Dreams.
the Field
Yeah,
of
Field of
Dreams.
Dreams, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I rewatched The Sandlot. Are you guys a fan of The Sandlot?
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, absolutely iconic movie. I think the next game they should play is in a setting like The Sandlot.
That'd be
That'd be
lit.
dope. That'd be
There
lit.
should be a dog over the fence that eats your balls too.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Oh, also Sundays, LA Leakers, Shade 45.
Thank
so
you,
I do,
bro.
I do my
appreciate
errands.
that.
I literally so every Sunday I
Okay.
run my errands, go to the grocery store, get everything for the week, which is dumb as fuck on Sundays, by the way.
Okay.
But it's like the only day I have, and I always go like around 1-2 p.m.
Yeah.
our time, which is when the show's on.
Okay.
And I always listen
I
to it.
love
Literally
that.
3 weeks ago, listening to it, and now you're here, which is
That's
fucking
dope.
crazy.
Thank you, man.
Because
Yeah.
again, the voice super recognizable. You and Sour Milk, it's always
Come
there.
on.
Now you're
Yeah.
fucking here chopping it up.
Future voice of Buffalo Wild Wings.
Let's
There
go.
it is.
We're on our way.
I told you.
I
40
got you.
flavors, dip it in the
I got
sauce,
you.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Let's
Universe,
go.
you know?
Let's go. Yeah, man. Thank you for listening to the show,
Of
man.
course.
So my binge, I think somebody might have said this over the last couple of weeks, but I got stuck on it literally this last weekend while I was in LA. Did anybody say The Hype on HBO?
No, is it
No.
good?
Yo,
No,
HBO
no.
Max, perfect. HBO Max, The Hype, right? It's a game show kind of thing. They're gonna win like $100,000. They get a cosign, and they get a collab on StockX, right? It's
It's like a streetwear.
a streetwear designers
like,
kind of like
Okay.
show.
Like reality competition
reality
show.
competition show,
Yeah.
right?
Fire.
So they have it's Offset and it's two other ladies that are kind of like the crew that you're getting a cosign from.
Okay.
They got everybody from brands from LA, overseas, New York, and it got super intriguing, right? So each channel's like, oh, make the dopest hoodie you can think of. There's like half the people can really sew and are really in the game. Other
Dope.
people are just like graphic designers. They don't know what the hell they're doing.
Okay.
It's really dope to see. And the pieces that they're making, some of them are fire.
Okay.
Like crazy fire. And then they
This
have
is
like
definitely something I'm gonna watch.
so Bobby Hundreds was a guest judge for the streetwear one, and then they just had somebody else for like the hoodie competition. Like there's all this different stuff, but it's all streetwear. The Hype on HBO Max.
Dope.
I feel like we should do a.
That was so good. I want
That's
to watch
dope.
that.
Yeah,
It's
I'm on
sick,
now.
yo.
I'm still paying for that subscription for the last bullshit.
I'm glad there's something on there for me now.
HBO always has fire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like we should do like a podcast competition show.
For sure. How boring are those fools versus
Be
us?
hot. Yeah, right? All right, what do you got? What are you binging?
For me, it's so I was excited about the Malice in the Palace Netflix
Yeah,
special.
crazy.
Incredible.
Incredible, right? Because that's
Incredible.
a story from like our childhood.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Incredible.
Where it was like, wait, that's really happening. You know
And
what
you
I'm saying?
don't until you watch it, so you don't really understand what all happened.
Yeah, and
There's
and
always been like hearsay.
it does give you a sense of like compassion for their side of the story because
Yeah.
they obviously were egged on, right? It wasn't just like yeah, I mean, just imagine sitting on a table and someone throws a beer at you.
Of course.
You're gonna snap, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
hearing it from their lens and also like Steven Jackson even being honest, like, damn, I was kind of mad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was mad he put me in that situation. Or was it Steven or the
Jermaine O'Neal.
Jermaine O'Neal.
And Jermaine O'Neal even goes like, after that moment, like my career kind of.
Yeah, Jermaine O'Neal
Didn't
was
go
saying
anywhere.
that. So, but the reason I bring up to binge it, because not only The Malice in the Palace, I do recommend you watch it, but I realized that Untold is like a segment.
Yeah, there's another one that just came out.
Caitlyn Jenner just came out. Caitlyn
No,
Jenner.
really?
And then there's another female sports something. I don't know if she's tennis or whatnot, but yeah, it just looks like it's a good series of,
Okay.
for
Love
sports
it.
fans. So, but it kicks off with The Malice in
That's
the
hot.
Palace.
I love
Come
it.
on, Detroit versus Indiana.
That's
like,
money.
Classic shit right there. So that's definitely
Dope.
one to watch.
I like it. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm with it. Guys, thank you as always. Make sure you check out Just Incredible.
Man, thank you,
Instagram,
guys.
everything else you know is at.
dog.
By
Thank
the
you,
way,
man.
LA
Appreciate
Leakers,
you, man.
Power 106, the whole nine. Mixtape is coming. Album
Yes,
is coming.
yes.
Super excited. Thank you for coming on the show, brother.
Yeah,
we
thank
love
you,
you.
man.
As
Love you
always,
too.
at the Residency Pod. We'll see you guys next week.
You're-
Thank you, guys.